Welcome to AANEM's MACRA Overview webinar series. This is the 5th webinar in the series. In this webinar, we will focus on the cost category of the Merit-Based Incentive Program, or MIPS. My name is Millie Sook, and I am the Health Policy Director at AANEM. The Medicare Access and CHIP Reauthorization Act, otherwise known as MACRA, is a bipartisan legislation that was passed into law in April 2015. This legislation repealed the flawed sustainable growth rate formula, but also changes the way that Medicare rewards clinicians for value over volume. MACRA represents a complete overhaul of the structure of physician payments by Medicare. Under MACRA, a new framework of payment called the Quality Payment Program, or the QPP, will require physicians to utilize one of two paths for reimbursement: the Merit-Based Incentive Payment System, or MIPS, or the Advanced Alternative Payment Models, APMs. While there are two paths to choose from under the QPP, the majority of eligible clinicians will be participating in the MIPS track, as there are very few advanced APMs that have been approved for 2017. MIPS is essentially a modified fee-for-service model that combines pre-existing Medicare quality programs. Clinicians' Medicare Part B payments will be increased, maintained, or decreased depending on their performance within the MIPS program. As you can tell, MIPS combines pre-existing Medicare value-based payment programs. It also adds a new category. The 4 categories in MIPS are quality, advancing care information, improvement activities, and cost. In this webinar, we will be focusing on the cost category. As you can tell from this chart, the cost category will not count towards your MIPS score for 2017. The majority of your score in 2017 will be made up of the quality category. However, your performance in the cost category will still be calculated and shared with you to help you prepare for future years. The cost category will count for 10% of your score in the performance year 2018 and 30% of your score for the 2019 performance year and beyond. Clinicians do not need to report any information for the cost category in 2017 or in later years. CMS will calculate this category based on your Medicare claims data. As I said with the previous slide, while the cost category won't affect your score for performance year 2017, CMS will still calculate the category and send you a score. The cost category does not contain new measures. It consists of a combination of measures from the value-based modifier and from your Quality and Resource Use Report, or QRUR, that you have received in the past. The website at the bottom of this slide contains instructions on how to retrieve past year's QRURs. The total per capita cost for all attributed beneficiaries includes payments under both Medicare Part A and Part B, but does not include Medicare payments made under Part D for drug expenses. This measure is risk adjusted. For example, it takes into account a patient's comorbidity and also standardizes payment. The MSPB measure requires a 35 case minimum in order for it to be calculated. In addition to the total per capita cost for all attributed beneficiaries, the MSPB, there are also 10 episode-based measures. These are new, and they will only be calculated if you have a case threshold of 20 patients or more. It's unlikely that many of these will apply to AANEM members, with the possible exception of hip replacement or repair or knee arthroplasty. As you will recall from our general overview webinar, which is available on our AANEM MACRA webpage, CMS is allowing providers to pick their pace in 2017. In other words, you can elect to participate as little or as much as you'd like, but if you don't participate at all, you will see a 4% reduction in your Medicare Part B payments in 2019. You can find more detailed information on the Pick Your Pace for 2017 on AANEM's MACRA webpage. For more information about the Quality Payment Program, including information specific to neuromuscular and electrodiagnostic physicians, please visit our website. If you have any questions or would like additional information, please call or email the AANEM Policy Department. Please visit our website to view webinars on the other MIPS categories.